Well, hey guys, I thought it would be cool to just do a quick update here on Project Little 7, where we stand right now. We've had a lot of trial and error going on, and I think it's always fun to kind of put some mathematics behind outcomes and just really look at what maybe's been accomplished, what fell short, and by how much. So I've done that here, and let me switch from this camera to show you this update I've given, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. All right, so Project Little 7 update. This is the last day of 2024, and this is on the heavy. Remember we said we're gonna do three different kind of little mini projects within the full project. We're gonna do the heavies, the 160, 162, and 175s. Then we're gonna do the mediums and the lights. So this is the heavy update. So with the 175 grainer, our velocity goal that we set at the beginning of the project was 2,600. And let me talk about these velocity goals. So guys, these velocity goals that I set for the different bullet weights, it's interesting. There's been a couple people comment on those. What I'm just doing there is, this is a new cartridge to me, right? I'm very familiar with the parent cartridge, the 308, and other similar cartridges, but the little 708 is new to me. So I just looked through a ton of reloading data, and I just kind of started looking at what velocities are out there. And I noticed in a lot of the newer data, the Sta-Ball 6.5 was producing some crazy good velocities, okay? Other than that though, the traditional powders, we're not seeing those crazy good velocities. But one thing that I didn't do, and I've made this mistake before, right, is I didn't spend enough time looking at barrel length that was used to achieve those velocities. And most of the reloading manuals, if not all, is at least a 24, if not a 26. Some of them are a 26-inch barrel. So the velocities I shot for were probably very aggressive for a 22-inch barrel. But we'll keep striving for it, right? I mean, I'm still not ruling out Sta-Ball 6.5. It's been fighting me, but I'm not ruling it out. There's a couple other powders I think are very interesting that might help us with that velocity. But I just kind of wanted to mention how I come up with that. And definitely a 24-inch barrel, and I think you could get there. The 22 is going to be a challenge for us, but I just want to throw that in there. So what we achieved with the 175s was an actual, and this was ended up being a 9-shot average of 25.64, okay? And so if you do the math on that, we missed our velocity goal by 1.4%. I don't know, not too shabby in my book. You saw in the last video, I kind of put up the metrics, the ballistics of what this would perform like, and it performs really well for my hunting style that I think most of you are familiar with. So, yep, we didn't hit our goal with the 22-inch barrel. There would be some room with this powder. There would be some room. I am not at max, and I saw no pressure signs, which is kind of crazy because it's a lot of compressed, slow-burning powder. There would be some more room. Maybe one day we'll push it to see, but for now, probably not. We'll probably move on to something else. So then we want to look at accuracy, right? So with the 175, and with all of them actually, our accuracy goal is a less than a 3/4 inch group. So the last 3 shot groups with the 175s, we got a .660, a .650, and a .800. That's a 703 average, and that exceeds our accuracy goal by 6.2%. So good stuff there. And one other thing to mention. Take it for what it's worth, guys. Take it for a grain of salt, but all of this is happening out of a sporter weight rifle, bone stock rifle, with a Leupold VX2 3-9. So this isn't any, I'm just on the bench that you've all seen. This isn't any kind of a bench rest setup, low magnification, 9X, I do shoot on 9, no trigger mods, no bone stock rifle. So not patting myself on the back, but I just want you to have the context of what it is we're using to achieve these things. And 22-inch barrel, as I've said before. So with the 175s, missed the velocity goal by 1.4%, exceeded the accuracy goal by 6.2%, and we're gonna go back to the 160s soon. I have a whole bunch of different 160s to try. I have some Nosler ballistic tips. I have some Speer Grand Slams. I still have those Speer hot cores. So both the hot core and the Grand Slam are solid base. The ballistic tips, a real mild boat tail. I have I have 3 different Hornady bullets. I have 162 boat tail soft point interlocks. That's a pretty aggressive boat tail. I have 162 ELD-X's, and I have 162 ELD matches. For now, I'm going to stay away from the Hornadys. We've shot a lot of those. I'm going to run the Noslers. I'm going to run more of the Spears, and we'll see what happens. All of those bullets I'd be really happy with in the 160 class. The velocities are ideal for those type of cup and core bullets. It would work great. Just like I'm very happy with this 175 grainer at 2564. It's an ideal combination of velocity and bullet type. When we start getting into the lighter bullets, not maybe the 150s, not so much, but the 140s, I might start to be a little pickier about what bullet type. I'm going to probably wait and go into that when we get to that point. All right, guys. Hopefully this is good stuff, and hopefully 2025 is a blessed year for all of you.